Hi guys, welcome to another P3D version 5 video brought to you by Blast. This time we are going away from our McDonnell Douglas theme and we're going back to Boeing. I guess you could call this the Boeing themed videos, but we'll not start in any particular direction from new to old, but we'll kick it off with the Captain Sim 767, which is quite a good aircraft, P3D wise, not full simulated or fully high fidelity, but it's something around that. I would say, I guess, better than Carenado, maybe Aerosoft level actually. Captain Sim were actually at that level back in the P3D days, in the FSX days as well. So I would say that kind of level. I don't have any other. I mean, this is of course the Captain Sim 767, but then I have some mods to kind of make the sound better. I think I have also maybe some updated cockpit textures to not make it look like the plane is 40 plus years old and have been totally mismanaged. Don't know why Captain Sim did that for most of their planes. They all looked quite dirty on the inside, almost like they'd been stored in some jungle or something. But yeah, so that's about it. And we'll be flying from Vienna today with the Austrian Airlines to Pula, Croatia. I thought that was a pretty short and nice flight, and I haven't used the airport that I got from Orbex at Pula that much. You can kind of earn these orbs, right? And then I usually just get some airport I wouldn't normally get, and Pula was one of them. In terms of add-ons, I guess I can also say that I have the Vienna made by Gaia Simulations. Pretty nice. I think it looked a bit better than Flight Tampa, so that's why I got it. And then what else? Then I have Pre-Alsoft Vienna, and then I have some photoreal for all the countries around here, including Austria and Slovenia and Croatia, which I guess are the main countries we'll be flying over today. So yeah, I think also this is like an older Austrian livery, if I'm not mistaken. I think they don't have these blue anymore. It's just kind of a red, more sleeker design, but I thought let's go a bit old school. But okay, or wait, maybe the outside few words. Captain Sim makes great external models. I mean, even all the complaints one can have, they have just, oh, sorry about that, they just have really beautiful external models. Let's see if I can change. I mean, it's just nice looking all around. Maybe some of the details might be someone, but I would say still, I mean, just how the plane looks is really nice. I'm not sure this is the highest 767 you can find in the flight sim world. I'm pretty sure the flight factor one might be better. I haven't bought it yet because it's super expensive. Even the Captain Sim one appears cheap compared to that. So, but I'll probably get it at some point when I feel like I wanna try something new. Maybe the VNAV works better on that one. I think the VNAV on this one has had a few issues when I've tried it. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I think we also have the inside of the cockpit. As you can see, it's a bit, you gotta go with the zoom level. So you have a pretty okay inside for P3D. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that well with the zoom feature. That's where I kind of like to explain. You don't get this, you know, you go through textures like this. But yeah, pretty nice. Even the cockpit somewhat modeled. I don't think you have it on the inside though, so if we jump to the inside, I'm just gonna move my camera back. I have so many different. I don't think it's modeled from the inside though, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check. Yeah, so not modeled. And that's also a bit unfortunate, so the wings and everything is just dark. One of the negatives, unfortunately. But okay, so Vienna to Pula, and I am just quickly gonna, sorry about that, I'm just quickly gonna check if my SimBrief flight plan had been loaded, and it had not. So I need to generate that one, and then we can do it. Let me see. And this is a 767-300ER. And then what we'll do is we'll generate flight. And let's see how it goes. Generating. You can see it here as well. I'm just gonna show it like this. And there we kind of have it now generated. So that's nice. So we can have a look at it. Wait, I'm just gonna go and get a glass of water. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so to continue, what we'll start with is I'm just gonna put on the airplane because I'm not sure if this one has any sort of. Let's see if we have any volume. Yeah, we do. I'm just gonna put it a bit lower for you guys so you don't. So it doesn't, or isn't louder than my voice. It does tend to happen. Let's see, we are also gonna, wait. Oh yeah, you need to, so that's a bit annoying. You have to open this kind of site thing, then external power, then you get that available. Now we're getting the other sounds. So that tells me at least that we are getting somewhere. You also have, let me see if I can move this to kind of open the doors. So not the most fancy way. I'm gonna move that out of your way so you don't have to look at that. And then let me see. What I wanted to check was if we had any sort of load manager, and we do. So that's pretty nice. Otherwise, quite it's not super high for that. FMC, but okay one, I would say. Better than Coronado. I guess at the same kind of level as Aerosoft. In terms of textures on the inside though, it's really nice, I would say. No complaints in that regard. They do make nice textures, Captain Sim. And let's see our test for if there's some of the external model. Yeah, there's some of the external model also from the inside, so that's nice. We do like that. Okay, let's see. So we need to load in our zero fuel weight and our fuel. That should be sufficient if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna do that. It looks a bit bad. Let's do it. I'm gonna move away these so we don't have to see those. Then the zero fuel one, 252.2. Why is it 2? It's because of the fuel. So we need to do the fuel first. Sorry. I was also on the wrong page. I just realized here we need to do it. So I just do it on the first one, 252.2. There we go, zero fuel. And then here the fuel, we'll put our block fuel. Let's do 22. So this will be quite a short flight. Now when I'm checking, it's only 263 nautical miles. So that should be fine. Let me just pause the recording for a bit. Need to go and get some. I need to go and fix my my dog is barking on something. Be right back. There we go. Sorry about that. A way longer break than I thought. There was actually someone at the door trying to sell me something. Yeah, door salesman. Not my my favorite kind. Even though I, in their defense, can assume it's tough work and they need the money. With provision and everything, can't be easy. But okay, so payloads in. We can also see our CG here and stuff, so that's nice. I think there's 2 FMCs on this, they don't have a third one, so that's good to remember. Let me put on TCAS though, because I always forget that. Some other things just before we do the FMC, just so I don't forget. Let me see, we need to do these ones. The nav, align those. We can do the jaw dampener, that on armed. I think you can already do window heat. The packs are on, we need to close them before we get going. I'm gonna put on these isolation, or open these isolation valves, and let's see what else. Just so I don't have to do it later. Let's open the, put on the pumps, utility bus. I'll also put those on so I don't forget to do that. This is the engine generators, and then the hydraulics. Of course they follow a kind of different flow, probably in practice, which ones you put on at what stage, but just so I avoid forgetting those. I think also it's position and white that can be on to start off with. Let me see, that's the, just think if there's something. Yeah, so you can see this is pretty good, I would say, from Captain Sim, that you have the light for the panels at the day. Some models do not have that, which is annoying. But let me see, I've opened the front door, I'll open the cargo doors, the back one and the front one. Let me see, are we opening them now? Yes, perfect. And I'm just gonna ask GSX to start our boarding. We should have 246 passengers today, but in order to speed this video up, I'll do, I think my camera clicked the wrong button, sorry about that. Let's do 88. Then with pack X, let's start flight. And we will do, oh wait, is that the one? That's probably a split. That's cruise altitude, we should be going quite high, right? 32,000, yeah, makes sense. Time till takeoff, I think we have the 767-300 here. We can do 88 as well. We do have Wi-Fi and, maybe not Wi-Fi, but an in-flight entertainment system. We do have Austrian boarding music and Austrian safety for Austrian Airlines, so that's nice. We can board crew as well. Perfect. I think that should be it, and now we have this ongoing, so that's nice. Not sure if you'll be able to see the passengers. I think you should be able, but I'm not sure how these, if this SIM connected or SOD jetways. I hope they are. Quite a lot of aircraft at this airport. Oh, yeah, quite a lot of AI. I'm wondering if it's a lot of them are static models actually. Could be. Not sure if I'm a big fan of static models or not, but Yeah, they fulfill some duty. Let me see. I have this one. Just checking. I have Rex on. Yeah, I've kind of think if you saw my last video, you'll know I've changed to the Rex Skyforce for the cloud textures or 2D, and they look quite a bit better, at least compared to Active Sky. Okay, let's see. So we have our boarding music going on. We need to enter our inertial position. Let's see what else. I think flight directors we camp it on. Okay, so the next step will be to do our FMC. I'll have to do it through the sim. I don't have any. I think you can connect it with like an external. If you have like a pad or something. I've been thinking about getting one. I do have like a screen that's touch screen, but I use that for Pilot to ATC and similar. I would want one to be like right next to me, almost like the hardware one I have for the from Cockpit Simulation. That's pretty cool, but that's only for the PMDG and the iFly Boeings. Let me see here. Okay, I'm just gonna I want to bring up the PDF version of from SimBrief, and I'm just gonna make sure. So I got an email from my workplace now, so I'm just gonna answer that quickly. Okay, perfect. Working on Saturday, that's always nice. The life of a lawyer. C'est la vie, I'll say to that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is do our positioning. I think you can do it. I usually go here, I check the GPS. We have some different ones. I think you should be able to do like no, maybe you can't do it. That's sad. So then I'll do it from this one, which should be the GPS. Doesn't matter in the end. There we go, we are aligning. We'll do our route, LOWW to LDPL. And we are doing runway. Which runway are we doing? I'm checking it from this. I don't know why I prefer the PDF, but here 3-4 and then 2-7. So that's nice. 3-4 flight. Oh yeah, flight number 619. Let's see now. First thing I should check though is that we are on the same page with the flight plan. So it's import from SimBrief. That worked. Then we do the SID 3-4. I usually like to do this one before, just to make sure that it actually works, because I'm not using up-to-date Navigraph data. I have an older download. And it's not matched with all of these, it's like a couple of months difference. And then SimBrief is also a bit older, since I don't have a Navigraph subscription as of yet. So Gerda to Zebra or Zulu, and then yeah, Gerda transition, then approach, ILS runway 27, that's fine. And let's do Nigdo as our, so there, now we have a nice flight plan. That should be quite straightforward. I'm gonna change this to Austrian, and we are heavy. I presume at least the 767 counts as a heavy. Or who am I kidding? It definitely counts as a heavy. I'll connect to the sim. We have that. I don't want to listen to the 80s from that one. Then I'll just move that away so you don't have to look at it. And now I'll do the flight plan here, and hopefully we have the same here. So departure 3-4, and it's route. Oh wait, now I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why. So departure 3-4. Next page. Route 2D. Route. Next page to Rupe. GRZ. Direct till Radley. Direct to Jeddah. So quite a lot of directs, no airways. Interesting. Maybe there's no good ones available on this route. I'm not sure if people from Austria actually go down here for holiday, and if they would, it probably be not a wide body yet. Unless it's some charter with a lot of people. We did just take the car. It's probably not that long of a drive, maybe like 6 hours or something. 27, let's see, and we had Jeddah to Zebra route. Oh wait, let me just check. Wait, shouldn't we have some transitions? So we have that, and then we have that, no trans. Okay. Oh, this makes me crazy when you have different transitions and all of them. Okay, so let's check now where's the mismatch. So Jeddah goes directly to PL615, whilst on pilot to ATC it goes let me see, so we can just do direct between Jeddah and that. And now we have the same flight plan. Okay. That would work. We'll activate that and execute. Let's see if we can see if there's passengers actually boarding our plane. Ah, there they are. So this is a sim-connected jetway. Unfortunately, you can't really look at them in any nice way. It's just only empty. But still pretty cool. I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim has a much better system generally for these things. And I mean, they do enter the aircraft, so that's pretty nice. But yeah. Not as nice as with Microsoft, I must say. Okay. But of course that's like an extra feature. And not something I do consider necessary to the core of a sim. Okay, let's see, I think the boarding of the luggage has wrapped up, so I'm gonna just close the cargo doors. Let me see if I managed to get both of them closing. I did. Good, we have the flight plan in, and what we'll do next is this one, the init ref. Maybe I should have done this already, but hey, that's life. What's our reserves? I always wonder about this one. Like, is it the final reserves, I presume? So 4? I'm not 100% sure. 102 cost index. Quite a high one compared to what I had lately. Cruise. I think this one you can find here, or that's the current one. Maybe you don't have the, I'll just put that since that's the best we got in terms of our weight distribution. Takeoff. Flaps 5. That's also a good thing because we don't really have any performance calculator. As you can see, we don't really have any EFB. Well, we do have a mug, so that's nice. And a nice chart here, so we can dip, dip, dip. I'm pretty sure you can change this chart somehow, so I guess we can have like a one chart showing. So maybe like an EFB. Oh, and there you also have a chart. Ah, we can remove that. Now, so nothing to help in that regard. I don't think there's any. I'm just gonna check quickly. Shift 4. Now we have the 2D panel, so that's nice, but but nothing more than that, unfortunately. So I'll just have to go with what we have. Let me see. Was that invalid because it doesn't want? Yeah, okay, it doesn't want. So I don't know the trust selection. Oh, that's a bit annoying. But we are quite light, so I'm just gonna go with something conservative, like 42 maybe. Derated takeoff, yeah, wouldn't imply much. As you can see, didn't change too many things. We can do the reference by going to the active sky. I'm gonna change that with my Logitech panels. The active sky 80 is on that for departure airport.
Lima Oscar Whiskey Airport information.
Let's see
November 1120 Zulu weather wind 354 at 8 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 32 dew point 15 QNH 1019er advise on initial contact with information. November.
Okay. So 101
Lima Oscar
9er. I'll just do these two. I'd never look at that one anyway, even though I guess you would do it correctly, and I don't think there's a slope. So we do have our V-speeds. Pre-flight is complete. We go to performance, see if we have to do any execution. No. Or press the execute button. Execution, that's something quite different. Let me see, I think if you press this black one, we get the TFC also on this display. I really hate that they have this screen control. I think you can't control it here like you can do on the Mad Dog, which makes it easier. And the MD82 also has the benefit that it's here, so it's a bit closer. But here you have to like go down here and look. So let's see, yeah, the flight plan looks fine. I don't think there's any discontinuities, which we shouldn't have based on the flight plan we have filed. We can go to map. I think there is a weather radar, but it's not the best, unfortunately. Let's see, so GSX is done. That's why we're getting the green line at the top, because they're telling us to close. And now Pack X is done, so that's nice. Let's do that generator, and then we can start the APU. Maybe we should wait, first start the APU and then we'll see. And let me see if you can even see, I think there should be some settings here like status. You can see the APU starting. So these are some old CRT screens, I think. There's some updated package as well for the 767s that came like later for FedEx and those. And I guess for anyone else who was interested in buying, that made the cockpit look more like the 777. I think the Flight Factor one has that one available, so that's pretty cool. Let's see also, do we have any here? Fire test. No sound. Pretty sure there should be some sound. Maybe I put on too many items for that to work, but okay. Anything else that did? We do have some. So this one works a bit at least. Let me see though. Yeah, my sound is correct. I'm just gonna quickly check if my sound settings do seem correct. Primary playback, yeah. Okay, so maybe it just didn't have sound, unfortunately, on some things. That's a bit of a minus. So that's related to the takeoff, so we don't forget. Now the APU should be available soon, because that one is running. So, and it looks to have started. I'm not sure if you can see like the APU. I think it's this one back here, no smoke or similar. Maybe when it started there was some smoke, I would presume. So we have the APU generator on. We can put that on. I think we can close to packs, and what we can also do is disconnect the external power. Okay. We'll disconnect. And what else should we do then? Then we should do pilot to ATC. And I am just quickly gonna check where is runway 34. Ooh, it's the one really far away. I hate that. I hate when they put me on that. That's the gamer aspect coming to full fruition when you want to just be able to go to the closest one and fly away. Not realistic, however. I'll file the flight plan. Let's see what happens. It's been filed, and now I'll request clearance. Austrian 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Didn't take that, let me try again. Austrian 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Why can't I really hear? That's a bit annoying. Let me check the config on this sound. It's just really low. Let me check, maybe I can.
Expect higher clearances 6 minutes after departure. Radar control on 118.77. Squawk 55.
Maybe they're just on low. Luckily I can read it through here, so it's not gonna interrupt our gameplay. So we're cleared. Flight level 100. So we can do that for Logitech panel 100. Time as filed, squawk 5534. Okay, 5, 5, 3, 4. Okay. 5534. Yep. Put that into my Logitech panel, and let me just remove this one back actually to the. Yeah, so we can see the trim here, so I can set that in. I think we can close all doors by now. Door closing, and we can also put the seat belt sign. I'm just gonna go to on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
And I'm gonna do.
Our flight time will be roughly
Let me see
2
if this
hours.
one.
Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are
So
now
we
shut
have
down
that
and
set.
closed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables,
And
back
what
vertical,
else do we
upright, and
need
locked
to do?
position for departure.
Packs are off, that's
Cabin
good.
crew, prepare cabin
These
for
settings
departure.
all look correct. These buttons. This red one I guess is kind of like the strobe. So I guess we'll put that once we are near the landing or the runway. Okay, then what we can do is prepare for pushback and departure. Ah, and now it moved away the jetway. Goodbye jetway. Let's see how it looks on the outside. Looking clear. There was someone departing, an Austrian Airlines flight, I presume. And we'll be taxiing all the way. Let me see where I am. So we are so far. We'll be taxiing all the way down there. That's gonna be a long taxi. Unfortunately. Okay, ready for pushback. That's good. Let's put this one to 220 is pretty good. The only thing, I do like this plane, but there's two major issues with it that I feel like, you know, when you can't trust the plane to the sense that you enjoy flying it. And those two issues are the taxi, it's awful, it feels like you have a race mobile. And then the main one is the VNav, don't trust that one at all, awful. Even though a lot of people have commented on it, they've always said, oh, but it works, you just have to do X, Y, and Z. And one hint they gave was that you can't mess with the throttles. You shouldn't touch those after you put in the VNav. But I tried that, didn't work. But let's see. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for this video. So let's see how it behaves. But those are my main issues. Okay, so there's the pushback tug or truck. Just checking if I'm forgetting something, some setting. No, weather radar is on. Locking gear. Nose right, tail left. Let me just check that nothing is, no chokes, wheel chokes or similar are still active. Nope. Okay, releasing parking brake. Okay, start at will. Starting. Which one? Right engine? Yeah, starting right engine. I'm always uncertain if it's the right or if it's engine number 2 with these ones. So there we go, right engine starting. Let's
Ladies and gentlemen,
move that
please
fuel
direct your
cutoff
attention
lever.
to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
I think they're pretty good also, the modeling of the... I mean, I would even say that this is better than the TFDI MD-11 that came out this year. And I mean, they're still working on it and improving it all the time, but I mean, damn. They did a good job with the external things with the Captain Sim. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Even though it does feel a bit... I don't know why they do it, but like they don't finish it and then they just start the next project. I guess it's a money question as well, but well, oh well. Sad nonetheless. Are they gonna crash us into that? Ooh. PSX, please don't. Okay, stop here and compute pushback procedures. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay. So we have the right engine going strong. Let's start the left one. We have the safety video going on. There we have a Turkish 737. The left one is starting up nicely. I'm setting the parking brake. They'll wait for confirmation on good engine start, and I'll give them that just to speed things up, even though we haven't started the left one. I don't know what happened with that screen. Let's see, 361, so we would have to put it here. 361. There we go. And then I think the flap we should go to is 5. I think let's do 5. Flaps 5. So there we go. Now we have the flaps moving and the slats. Nice sound. I'm not sure this is the Captain Sim original sound. One thing I though gotta give a heads up on. A lot of you, similar to me, like to fly freighters. They do have a 767 freighter version. Looks really nice, new engine model. 2 big issues. Number 1, they don't have an engine sound set for the GE engines for the freighter version. Big minus. I think it's the GE engine. Number 2, they don't have an animated external how do you call it, animation for the door, for the cargo door, for the main cargo door. So for some reason they just couldn't be bothered creating that animation, even though they have that same animation on the 757. So yeah, that's just not good, and I really just wanna give you that information, because I really don't like when you half-fast things. Not like that, at least. Let's see, we don't need the APU, right? Or the center one. And then we can turn off the APU, the real APU. Then we can put on the taxi and runway turn off lights. And now we start the taxi procedure by removing the parking brake. So let's give it some juice, the engines. I'm just gonna check also pack X, see that we don't have. We can do a cabin ready check.
Hey, are you guys ready to go back there?
We're still getting ready for departure.
Okay, so I don't think the cabin is ready. Preparing for departure. Okay, less than 1 minute. Okay, so it's quite fine like this. It's not too crazy. The problem is that it kinda, if I remember it correctly, it just picks up a lot of speed, and you can't really stop it from doing that, similar to the, for say, PMDG models. It's really hard, even if you're like braking and stuff, it just doesn't seem. I'm not gonna say it's maybe as horrendous as I remember it, but it does feel like it's still like a large airplane. But it's just hard with the way, like it just picks up so much speed so
We're ready for
quickly.
departure.
So you like always gotta babysit it. Okay, let's see. Ah, I now remember what we forgot. We didn't request pushback from Prepar3d. Austrian 4003 ready for pushback. Austrian 4003 ready for pushback. God, I hate Prepar3d sometimes. Austrian 4003 heavy ready for pushback. Well, in this case it was actually my own fault, I didn't say heavy. But yeah. Okay, pushback approved. And then taxi permission. That's what we need to get. Sometimes I just want to go too quickly. Austrian 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, there you go, taxi. But I must say it's a good tool. This is someone like me who doesn't do the VATSIM thing. Just because I can rarely fly, even just recording my videos, you know, and taking like 2 hours to sit down can be hard sometimes. So I, you know, gotta pause it sometimes and similar. Then it's quite nice to have that flexibility through Prepar3d. Anything else to say as we begin our long, super long taxi? No, nothing I can think of. Not with the Captain Sim one. There's not really anything. I mean, what I've shown is kind of what you get. So, a really nice plane. It's not uber light, but of course with lacking some features that would be, I guess, nice to have. I don't think it has an Atsu or A-cars. No. So let's see, what do we need to do to prepare for takeoff? We have the flap set, we have the auto brake set. Yeah, they are ready for departure, so that's very nice. One pack X. So yeah, not much else. We just need to get tower, get handover to the tower controller, and then request takeoff clearance once we're there. There's one play ahead of us in the queue, it seems. I think I say this every video, but that's also a sad part about Prepar3d. It would be really super nice if we had the, or if it had the capability to control AI aircraft. That would be really strong. That's the only reason why I was considering FS HUD, or whatever it is called. Because that would have had that capability. But I think one of the negatives with that was that it relied on like online servers. I'm not sure Prepar3d does that. With the disclaimer, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see then. I am gonna check quickly on my recording. That looks good. Yeah, nothing's gone wrong on that. Anything we need to check? Maybe we can quickly check our flight plan and just see how the weather looks. Looks quite okay. Haven't really learned to read those, so I'm gonna do the noob way and check this one on our depart or on destination. Looks okay. Variable wind, so a bit of a crosswind, I would presume, when we're landing. Let's see, the other thing we need to do is arm auto throttle. That we need to do. Anything else? We're taxing a bit above 30 knots, that's quite fast. But yeah, beautiful external model. And a pretty nice liver, the Austrian one. I don't mind that. Maybe some like the, or prefer the newer one. For me, not much of a difference, to be fair. Let me see, I can put these on as well. We got the EPRs and stuff, so that's nice. Anything else so I don't forget? Now we're getting up here, I'm just gonna put on my lights so I don't forget that. The question is now, should we get the tower handover, or are we waiting for something? Contact tower, there we go. It's just because of that volume thing that I'm having issues with. I can't really hear the ATC, so I need to look at the box in Prepar3d to see what they're saying. Okay. Austrian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. No, the wrong one again.
Engine start approved Austrian 400.
I think it catched it as engine start. We do have the engine started, so don't think we need that one. Austrian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. There we go. Okay, good. So we'll have the takeoff. Can we zoom in more? Yeah, we can zoom a bit more. Tight left turn. Let's see if we can put on the LNAV already. We can, at least arm it. As you can see, this is like an 80s aircraft. Quite a mix between the modernities with the CRT screens and then a lot of old school dials. Right, there's the clock. Let's run that. And that one seems to be taking off. Okay. I'll see that as our sign to get on the taxiway. Or the runway, sorry. I guess technically you can taxi on the runway, but yeah. Not gonna be nitpicky. I wonder what Boeing that was. Probably a 737-800. But that looked like an Ultimate Traffic Live model. I don't think those have them access, at least not in any large numbers, if any. Okay. I actually did flew this past weekend. I was going to Finland. We flew with the Norwegian, one way with the Max and one with the 800, and I do prefer the Max. Much more comfortable in terms of seating, at least the seating that Norwegian had chosen. Okay, so let's see. I'll go take off because everything is ready. I'll put that up, and then I think you press throttle to get the right EPR. So now we have that. I don't think we're doing VNav yet, we'll wait. Or should you have done it already? Maybe that's my mistake, I didn't activate it early enough, but okay, I'll activate it now. V1, rotate. Should check if there's some gauge I can get that will scream out V1 for me. Okay, let's see. So we are accelerating really fast. That's also something I've been wondering about, like is that realistic with this one? We can put up our landing gear. And we can basically already retract all our flaps because we're going to be flap overspeeding really soon. Okay, let's see. And now we are going quite nicely. It's quite a nice plane to hand fly. Feels quite nimble, but I think I've heard some real pilots say that it was a nice plane to fly. Didn't feel that heavy. So let me try putting on the autopilot. And we do have VNav selected, but it's... Now we go. There we go. VNav speed and climb. So let's see how this works. Okay, climb flight level 160. So we can climb quite a bit higher. 1.6, and that's also one way you know that this is an older plane. You don't have the altitude here on the CRT screen. But look at that beautiful Creosoft Vienna. I'm just gonna quickly jump. I'm gonna remove these taxi and turn-off lights. Just gonna show you quickly how the Creosoft Vienna looks like, because it's quite nice. Quite nice, actually. Okay, let's see. Don't know why I've been having this stuttering. I do have a feeling it's connected to Rex Skyforce, but it's been quite annoying lately. But it does look so good, like the Cirrus and the Stratus and all that. Just looks really nice with Rex Skyforce. Like, unfortunately for P3D, they are rivaling the P3D volumetric clouds because they are so bad. I mean, almost looks volumetric. I guess that's why they're called 3D clouds. I'm getting some stuttering. I also do get a lot of stuttering around the Alps for some reason. Probably mesh. Just being too much to handle. And I do kind of like to have a bit of, to see a bit of the objects on the ground. I've been thinking about, you know, cutting down, but I don't want to cut down on buildings and stuff and decrease my distance from where I can see them too much. I already feel it's quite a small area. That could have been one thing P3D could have focused on, like optimizing those kind of things. So even if you don't have the best looking ground, you would have a really nice looking in the terms of the larger area. Because even in the Microsoft flight sim, you can see, you know, you can have quite a limited LOD, which I find the most immersion breaking of anything. But oh well, luckily when we fly high up, we don't even notice it. Okay, climb level 240. Okay. Our co-pilot is handling that. There we go, altitude set. So the VNAV is in its defense. It's not on. Not now we have VNAV. In its defense it was handling that quite well, and then it kind of went off, I guess, once we didn't raise the altitude, but it has thus far been handling itself quite well, climbing. I haven't gotten any ATC complaints, so let's see, you know, maybe I was wrong. No, I wasn't. I think the key to always remember with these things is that sometimes they'll work and sometimes they don't, and they're immediately when they don't, that's when you start distrusting the plane, and that's when you have an issue. Let's see. Sorry about that again, got some work email. So, Rex Skyforce. Maybe the best way would be to go on the outside and just quickly show you. Really nice looking. With some, I guess this is cumulus cloud. Just looks really nice and more filled, the whole thing, compared to active sky. Just more natural. Not that far off from what you see in reality, to be honest. And then here we of course have beautiful Alps. Really helps with that photoreal. It just makes it all look so much more realistic. See, there's some nice picturesque, maybe from the wing view. Or maybe it doesn't have a wing view. It doesn't seem to. Let me check. I think there was like a this wing. If we go like from the inside, like this, we'll have a nice wing view. And now P3D doesn't look too bad. Fortunately, a lot of my photoreal is freeware photoreal and freeware autogen. So you don't need that much money to make P3D look nice. That's the phosphorus. But of course, then I have all these extras, NVTEX or NVDeer for some things, for shading. You know, so you do kind of stack up airports, you need to buy them. That's what I like about X-Plane. I'm hoping to do some X-Plane videos soon, because I really have tried to not buy scenery on that one. And to be frank, it hasn't been that bad. Let's see, getting another work email. Let me see, climb to flight level 302. Just need to go up on that. We'll do VNav again. I'm just gonna let me just check my range. Expedite climb, yeah, we totally understand. Let me see, I'm just answering quickly this work email. Okay, so let's see. How long do we have left on this flight? The best way to look, I think, is... So it should be quite a quick... I mean, we are at the top of cruise, or we have already gone past that. A bit delayed because of me waiting with setting the right altitude. We're getting our descent information already. Okay, there we go. Final email done for the time being. So, some interesting facts. 767 still in production. Only in cargo production though, and I think in military. But that's quite a long run. We're talking 40 years. 40 plus years actually. Not a lot of aircraft can claim to have been in that long of a production run. Well, 747 and the 737 I guess are the closest one. With all the different variants of course. I'm thinking Airbus, which has been the longest one there. The A300 was for quite some time, and then I guess now the A320 was a bit. This is really interesting, the area we're flying over. Let me just change quickly perspective so we can kind of roam around. This must be Slovenia or southern Austria. Probably southern Austria still. Because I mean, you can see kind of the Alps, the beginning or the end of the Alps here, so to speak. And then here we're flying, could this be Graz maybe? Let me have a look, maybe I can see it through pilot ATC. Oh, it doesn't have the name of the city, so that's a bit sad. I'm gonna guess it's Graz, the Austrian city. And then Pula should be in Croatia if I'm not thoroughly mistaken. I think though that area has belonged to Italy for some time. I think pre-World War II it was Italian area. Okay, let's see. We have VNAV still on. We are holding. So, okay, climbing wise, it's looking good. Let's see how it does with the descent. That's where I've had the issues, to be honest. Okay, now I'm thinking we need to prepare for the descent. And the way we do that, chart Fox. Then we'll do it like this. Then we'll do approach. This is really, I think this is old instrument approaches. Not familiar with this chart structure either, but it looks quite normal, seeing the minimums and stuff, so should work. I'm gonna put that on another screen, just to have that. And what will I do next? What I can do next is then to... So I'm trying to think, the 767 is more automated, generally. So if we go nav radio... Maybe it's not that automated. Now I'm forgetting. That's some of the other ones. This one you have to put in quite a bit yourself. So let's just do the one that I know you have to. Oh wait, let me just change. I just know it never went to standard on our altimeters. But here on the decision reference, this was 492. Oh, yeah, not 900. 492. Okay, 492. There we go. And then here we go. So you can have that on auto, but in manual, just to make sure we get it right. I think it's... I'm gonna change it 111.5. And then I think course-wise, let me see if I can change it through my Logitech multi-panel. It's 264. 264. There we go. Okay, let's see now. We are getting something for pilot to ATC. Center on 1-3. Okay, and flight level. We're probably soon at our top of descent, so we can start our... Oh, we should already have been descending according to pilot to ATC, but I guess they kind of just do it like a normal descent. I mean, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know what airplane I am in and that sort of stuff. So we are supposed to go down to 4,000 feet. So let's see now. If I go altimeter and I just take it down to 4,000 feet, I think we should start to see a descent after the top of this. Yeah, top of descent, I think. Okay, 4,000. And then I think we're kind of ready. Let me just look quickly through this one on destination. If we gotta have any barrow or... yeah, no. We don't have the altimeter yet, unfortunately. Let's see how it's going. Pretty nice still. This must be like midday. It's like the sun is just... yeah, it's high up. And I'm not even sure what time the sim I put this on. Let me see if I can see it through the plane. 11:08 GMT, which is... ah, it looks kind of correct. 11:09 now, yeah. That's cool. So now we're not that far away from terrain range disagree. Not gonna get into that. What are we, like 80 nautical miles? We do have a plane coming in quite close by actually. Might be going the other way. Oh, there's some clouds. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, it's coming towards us from the right. But it was still quite a far away, so it's somewhere here. Sometimes you spot some really interesting ones, but I feel like I'm not gonna be able to do that this time. Now it should be like right to our right. Let's see if we can find it. Nope. Need that airplane vision. But don't have that. So let's see how the VNav now reacts once we start our descent. So close, come on, let's see. Now we should be descending, let's see how it goes. Still looking good. Still looking good. Okay, let's hope it works. This would be really great if the VNav works. Maybe, you know, maybe it's me who was setting some wrong. What are these orange things? Yeah, sorry about that. I just don't think I've seen them before. Okay, so we are descending now with a vertical speed of 3000, which does seem quite reasonable for like at the top end of what you would normally descend. We have not been given any sort of drag warning or similar, so that's also a good sign. In terms of how much we have left, about 60 nautical miles, give or take. Descending relatively quickly. I just need to get that barometric. Let's check what that was actually. So we have an altitude 275, which we should have put here now, I realize. So 278, let's do that to round up. And then we check the transition altitude, so 10,000. So we need to know it quite soon. I think Prepar3d will let us know, but I'm not sure if I trust that one more. And there we got the drag required. So I'm gonna do some speed brake. As you can see, they're opening. Pretty cool. They are like if you did retract them and then put them on, so you can go really high. That was really nice. Or maybe they weren't supposed to be bouncing a bit up and down. Looked a bit interesting. Would have been quite nice animation if they're supposed to do that. I'm not sure if they are supposed to be that or how rigid they are supposed to be. But okay, we have them now on. We are still descending. 23. Let's check what they're saying. We'll cross something. So nothing too much new. The seatbelt signs off.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected circumstances.
Let's see if it works. They look pretty satisfying, 99% on Black X, not that I really care about. So here we can see this must be the Mediterranean we're coming up against. And what I wanted to check was the landing. Where are we? 3,300, 2,800 I think. That's the one on the charts. And this one we have to 4,000, so 2,800. Okay. So let's do that already, just so we don't need to forget. Or so we don't forget. Okay, so Pula is somewhere we should be able to see it now. I think it's that. It's either that. No, wait. That it must be like here, around here. Yeah, that must be Pula. Because Trieste will be here. Or here, let me see. I think somewhere here. Somewhere around these areas. Okay, let's decrease our range a bit. Ah, and now we're seeing, no, why are you doing this to me, VNav? Now we're overspeeding. And this is one of those things I really don't like with this VNav, is that it goes... It could of course been an issue with the speed. But I think the next one we're going to is 2.5, so... What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that. I'm basically gonna remove the auto throttle. At least in terms of descent, it was able to contain it quite well, but the speed was crazy. Like, it wasn't able to regulate that. Like, not at all. Let's change our vertical. Luckily we don't have any stress damage on. Okay, let's see. We are now getting it down. Let's see if we can arm auto throttle, put on the speed again. Should be around, let's do 220. Should be 250, but we might not even be able to get it down to that. And we should be down at 6,500 feet, so we have some ways to go. We might be high on this approach. Because we should... I forgot to close the landing lights. Because we should really be... We should be around like 8,000 now. Okay, so let's see. We are slowly descending. Really slowly, as did not lose speed. Sorry for that. It's probably loading in the airport. Because we are really close to Pula now, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we are quite close. It should be around there. Okay, still descending, but we should really pick up our descent rate. This will be a tight one. Let's see if we now have some altimeter. Let's do current alt. Yeah, 3001. That'll be sufficient. Even though we should be using the other ones since we're in Europe. Okay. This one we never changed our backup altimeter, so that went quite smooth. We are about we are about 7,000 feet above what we should be, above our profile, I think to say. And I'm pretty sure you can see it here as well. If I am not, should have some sort of, or you can kind of follow. Maybe it doesn't have on these old Boeings. Let's do auto brake 2. I'm not sure if you can mix flap and speed brake. Actually, I'm thinking I've done that I know on a few flights. I'm wondering if there's some stress. Yeah, I think maybe with the lower ones you can, but then you can't go higher. So let's try flap 1. See if that can help us increase our descent rate. Now we're still about 6,000, so we've been able to catch a bit. Let's go flaps 5. I think let's call that the maximum. I'm not sure about the 767's maximum. Now we're at 10,000 feet. Landing lights on. And we already set the altimeter. So now we're turning away from the airport for a while. This should be actually ample enough time for us to get back on our profile. So there's the airport, if I'm not mistaken. There seems to be some sort of storm clouds going on there, if I'm able to visually interpret Rex Skyforce. But it was quite, you know, some, is that stratus or cirrus? Maybe it's stratus? I'm not sure about the names of these, like, the upper kind of clouds. The ones that are high up. Put it in a fancy way. Or non-fancy. One thing I wish that PackX had was the ability to have some, you know, more from like a specific airline announcement. Like if you could find like a pack with a lot of, I don't know, things that they say during landing and stuff. You know, maybe the pilot speaking. You know, you could put all of that in. Because I know it's cool that you can kind of record your own voice, have that play back, or you can like just have it do it by itself. I'll show you. Basically by interacting with PackX, you can do kind of this, public address, general.
From the flight deck, this is
But
your
it's
first officer.
quite generic.
Please begin our descent
Maybe works
and
for
be on the ground soon.
America, the US, but even then, generic, boring. So now we're getting quite nice down profile. What we can do is we can stop a bit our descent. We don't need to hurry too much. So I'm gonna remove the speed brakes now. So I'll arrest our descent a bit. We got continue ILS approach. Interesting though, look at this. There's a bit of a discrepancy. So that one had 401, but this one had 60. So maybe there's been a change. Now it's gonna turn, so it's like a bit of a difference. Maybe because I put the trans, that's why, and I didn't have that option, the transition basically. And here we can see the missed approach procedure. Okay, so let's see. Looks quite nice, quite barren around here. But nice that it's all photoreal. I really like that. The houses also look quite nice. I wonder how it will look closer to Pula, because that will be an Orbex area as well, how that kind of matches. I think I'd have to do some tweaks to fix some odd gen not showing, so hopefully it's better now. I always found it interesting how they put the websites on their liveries. I guess it has some logic, but never understood it to 100%. Okay, let's see now. How is it looking? It's looking good. We have ample time. I really don't need to descend more now. Actually, we can keep it because we're going to be hitting the mountain. Or be descending below what you're allowed to descend. So this should be still 4,000, and then we can for quite a while just keep on this track. We can already arm the approach. So let's see if this is a good way to do it now, because then we might have some time to correct it if the ILS is different within Prepar3d's internal system. Let's put on the taxi internal lights. Let's see if you can see them. Yeah, they're quite strong. I haven't tried them during night. Like, if I'm flying night, I really want to trust the plane because you can't use the visual cues as much. It has happened, unfortunately, you know. Been away for a second and then, yeah, plane slam dunked into the ground. And we do tend to want to avoid those type of incidents. Actually, I realized one way you could with this plane, you have these cabin calls where it's like different things you click and they'll say different things. You can probably remove those sound files and add them, like specific ones. But then you would, I guess, have to change that for every flight you're taking, depending on the airline that you want to fly. Okay, let's now increase our descent rate a bit. And let's double check, because I'm not seeing any, like with the localizer, I'm wondering, do we... Or is that maybe the localizer and then that's the glide slope? Because it seems like we have captured localizer, so we're using that now for our lateral navigation. Okay, let's see what else. I think we need to put in our speed. So let's just do this. Okay, so this one kind of confirms our settings here, so that's nice. Let's see, what did they want with speed? Did they 170? They suggested that we slow down to, so let's slow down to 170 pretty soon. Let's check everything else, looking good. Packs are on. Cargo heat probably should have been on, but let's not talk about that. Poor animals, if we had any dogs or similar. Must be really annoying to be... I know like horses and stuff can be also put into airplanes, but then I guess in some cases they have someone with them, I've read actually. I think they can have someone with them in that cargo space, but it's like a human or something. But I don't know, I'm not sure if that's just like some one story I've read. Maybe some rich millionaire. Okay, let's slow down now, because I totally forgot to do that. 170. And the best way to do that is we can actually take control of the aircraft, going manually. That was the wrong one. That's the out of thrust. Okay, and there we can drop landing gear. That's gonna create drag. There we go. I'm just gonna remove those. So we are coming in quite fast, but by arresting our descent a bit, we're gonna be losing really quickly since we have no thrust. I'm going to go flaps 15. We need to really lose. We're like 131. Austrian 4003 heavy established on final. Maybe we got landing clearance already. Well, a bit in our way. Yeah, we got the landing clearance. Okay, now what I wanna do is I wanna give us a bit of throttle, because otherwise we are gonna be at a big problem. Okay, let's see now. Well, we can't go much lower than this though, so I'm not really sure I do agree with this flight. So could have been, of course, that I'm just a bit. Well, let's see. I think this airport can, or this airport can serve up to 747s, so quite big airplanes. Let's see, this is gonna be a long landing. There we go. Let's go immediately with the reversers. Should get us stopping quite fast. I forgot to arm the spoilers though. Oh, but maybe they were fine with that anyway and deployed. Okay. That was though really loud. Okay, let's see here. We'll be taxiing off.
The local time is 1:32 p.m. and it's currently about 35
End of
degrees
route.
Celsius.
Overall, quite a good flight with this one, I must say. Apart from the VNAV, once again, on the descent, might have been me who missed maybe programming that. But I think the route looked correct in terms of the speeds, at least when compared to Type ADC. So that was a bit unfortunate. But otherwise it went quite nice. Let's remove the flight director, I don't think we need those. Probably close to TCAS. I don't need the weather radar, oh, that's the terrain one. Yeah. Let's see, how are we? Somewhat aligned. Just a quick taxi. I'm gonna request taxi as well. Realize I forgot to do that. Austrian 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Taxi to gate 8. Okay.
Taxi to gate 8 Austrian 4003.
So quite an interesting landing. This seems like a really tiny airport though. The Pula one. I guess this is like a holiday destination airport, so we'll see a lot of their traffic during the summer, maybe like April till October. Let me see, is that some MiG-21s? I think so. Oh, look at that. Ain't that a beauty? And then some, I'm guessing also some old Soviet Antonov 32 maybe, something like that. Don't know these by heart. I know some of them. Could be an Antonov 24? Nah, probably not. 24s are a bit different. 32 I think is the one. Okay, let's see. Can we park here? Let's see, what do we have? We have some Norwegian there. Is that Croatian Airlines? I'm not sure if I should use statics. I like them in some cases, but in some other ones they're just taking up a lot of space and they don't look usually that good, the models. To be brutally honest. I mean, here we don't really have anywhere to park because they're right in the middle of everything. Oh. So let's try to park. He said runway gate 8. I'm not sure which gate that is. We have 5, 4, 3, so that must have been the one we just went past. That would have made sense if that was a bigger one. Now let's see if we can get in between here, you know. Squeeze by. And then let's do the third one. I think we should be able to squeeze in here. I mean, we're just a tiny 767, not a jumbo jet or a 777. So let's see. Squeezing by. This seems to be good enough. Sorry for that lag for some reason. Let's put the parking brakes on. We should also put on the APU, so let's start that. While we do that, we can close Prepar3d. Let me see if I can do seatbelt signs off. Close all our lights. Those were already closed. Let's see how it's going with our APU. We will soon have the APU again. We have the generator for that. Let's open the isolation valves. Now we have a running APU. Perfect. Shutting right engine. Shutting left engine. And there we go. We have arrived in Pula, Croatia. All the way from Austria, Vienna. So now I'm getting the deboarding. I'm just going to show you the pack X that we're deboarding, and then I'm going to do flight, check a bit landing rate, 134. Pretty okay. A bit of a late landing. Could have been cause for go around, wasn't stabilized in approach. So by that fact it would have already been a go around. Should have slowed down quite a bit earlier with this plane. I mean, I was basically landing without any thrust, which would have been a huge risk in real life, just because, you know, it takes some time for the engines to spool up, right? So you would want to at least have some thrust, so you can, you know, don't have to go from 0 to 100, you go from 50 to 80 or whatever. Or I guess 50 to 100. But okay, we made it. Let's have a look at the replay, shall we? And that's always nice, just to see how good the landing actually was. Okay, we can go a bit further back. 460 might be sufficient. So here, let's see. So here you can see some autogen is missing. So I do guess I haven't been able to fully fix it yet. But oh well, not too much of a biggie. And now here we're coming to land at the airport, looking quite nice. We're quite nicely stable, like at the end here. Coming quite nicely. We're a bit late though, we're a bit not on glide slope. We were not that high. And then when we land, it's quite smooth. Let's see if we can see any of the animations. Unfortunately not with the replay, that's a bit sad. It would be nice to see the thrust reverses deploy and the flaps and or not the flaps, but the speed brakes, which I did forget to arm. So maybe they deploy anyway if they kind of if it's like a built-in mechanism based on the gear touching down. Not sure, but okay, pretty nice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Was maybe not the best video. Got a lot of work emails throughout it, but I still thought I would show you the 767 by Captain Sim. It is a okay aircraft. As you could see, I could have a pretty nice flight apart from, of course, making some mistakes by myself, but the main problem being maybe not the taxiing, which I said that's the #1 issue, but the VNAV, which works well on climb, or reasonably well, worked well on descent, but then suddenly just totally threw it away with the speed, and by not even trying to adjust like the descent rate in any way. So yeah, but that could also, with the disclaimer, that could have been something that I missed. I haven't flown this one that much because of the VNAV problems, so could be something in that regard. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. The start of the new, let's call it the Boeing series. Well, I'll be going through all these different, let's say, okay fidelity to high fidelity Boeings that are available for P3D. I'm not going to do any freeware, not that I think I have any freeware of the Boeings, but I guess it will be payware only this time around. I don't think I have that many freeware overall. I think I have one DC3 freeware, but I might show at some point. So I guess we can continue the McDonnell Douglas or / Douglas team with that one at some point. But yeah, no freeware. But I do have some nice ones I want to show you. I have the Strata Cruiser, the Boeing 377, that actually works in P3D version 5. And then, you know, the iFly Max, that's a pretty nice one. The Quality Wing 787, all of those. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments section or send me a PM. Otherwise, yeah, have a good rest of the day. Thank you.